Hello students, how is life? How are you all? Hope you are all doing well. Many children have worked throughout the calendar year, but very few. It is because of your stress or strain or what you call boredom. ఇంకా ఏదో ఒక ఫీలింగ్తో లేకపోతే వేరియస్ రీజన్స్ వల్ల ఈ లాస్ట్ మినిట్లో కొంచెం ఇంట్రెస్ట్ తగ్గిస్తున్నట్టు అనిపిస్తుంది నాకు. హోప్ యూ డోంట్ డూ దట్ బికాస్ ద ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఆర్ వెరీ నియర్. దట్ ఈస్ you are going to take your exams on 8th of next month. I'll give you a very small example. అంటే ఒక ప్లేస్లో ఒక మనిషి ఉంటాడు. ఒక ప్లేస్లో ఒక పర్సన్ ఏం చేస్తాడంటే ఒక రాయిని కొడతా ఉంటాడు అనమాట. బికాస్ హిట్టింగ్ దట్ స్టోన్ విల్ గివ్ హిమ్ ఏ లాట్ ఆఫ్ మనీ. అంటే ఆ పెద్ద రాయి ఏదైతే ఉందో చిన్న చిన్న ముక్కలుగా చేసి దాన్ని మార్కెట్ వాల్యూలో పెడితే చాలా డబ్బులు వస్తాయి అనమాట. హీ కీప్స్ ఆన్ హిట్టింగ్ for a long period of time, almost like 9,999 times. After that period of time he feels that ఇది అవ్వదులే అని చెప్పేసి అక్కడికి వదిలేసి వెళ్ళిపోతాడు అనమాట. బట్ there will be another person who comes over there and he will hit the same stone. let me try my luck అని, అంటే సెకండ్ పర్సన్ let me try my luck అని చెప్పేసి స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాడు. ఫర్ ద వెరీ ఫస్ట్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ that stone gets broken into many pieces and he will be a lucky. అంటే మనం కూడా మన ఎఫర్ట్స్ ఇంతవరకు కష్టపడి వర్క్ చేసుకుంటామో ఆ వర్క్ని మనం అలాగే కంటిన్యూస్గా చేసుకుంటూ పోతే మంచి రిజల్ట్స్ వస్తాయి, రైట్? అండ్ ఈవెన్ యూ నీడ్ టు హ్యావ్ ఎ పేషెన్స్. దట్స్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ బికాస్ ఏ మ్యాన్ వితౌట్ ఎ పేషెన్స్ ఈజ్ లైక్ ఎ ల్యాంప్ వితౌట్ అన్ ఆయిల్. జస్ట్ అంతే కదా, మనకు ఒక ల్యాంప్ ఉంటుంది, ఆ ల్యాంప్లో ఆయిల్ లేకపోతే ఏం లాభము? That's a అంతే ఇంకా. The same thing is applied to us as well. So children, never give up. That should be our motto till our exams are done. Now we'll be entering into the paper 2. Now we'll be discussing paper 2, right? We all know that this paper 2 carries 40 marks just like that of paper 1, and this paper 2 will questions whatever are coming to the paper 2 will be purely non-textbook based, and they will be focusing on the contemporary issues as well as the previous textbook stories or something, some articles, right? And here the paper 2 consists of 3 sections. Section A with 15 marks, section B with 10 marks, and section 3 with that is section C with 15 marks, creative discourses. And section A, it has got 3 comprehension passages. All these passages are unseen passages, right? And in this comprehension passage, one question will be purely according to the knowledge what you have gained from the passage, right? And you have to read these passages thoroughly once, twice or thrice, and then only you can be in a position to answer the questions. And when it comes to the point of poem, the poems are bit tough, not tough, like it seems to be like tough. And coming to the second paragraph, that will be the poem, where the poem like children will be having a conception that the poem will be bit tough, right? So అంటే జనరల్గా ప్రతి భాషకి తనదైన అందం ఉంటుంది, భాషకి శ్రావ్యత కూడా ఉంటుంది అనమాట. అంటే in order to develop the skills from the childhood itself, this kind of vocabulary which are used in poems will not be used in prose as well. Such kind of words will be seen, especially you can call them as figures of speech. That those kind of words also we will be studying in this video, right? And you should be very cautious with the terms whatever are coming in the paragraphs. Now I'll be explaining you an example how you need to overcome words which are bit tough to you when it comes to the point of paragraph. అంటే పారాగ్రాఫ్లో ఇచ్చిన 1-2 పదాలు మనకు అర్థం కాకపోయినా కూడా మనం ఓవరాల్ వ్యూ పెట్టుకొని ఆన్సర్స్ రాసేది ఎలా ఉంటుందో ఇప్పుడు చెప్తాను. దట్ ఐల్ టెల్ యూ. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, he denied the apples which were offered to him. Later he felt so sad because the apples which he denied were so sweet, and those denied apples were given to somebody else who enjoyed them a lot. For example, the word denied, you don't know the meaning of denied, right? What is the actual meaning of denied? To reject. Here what happened? He denied the apples which were offered to him. అంటే తనకు కొన్ని apples ఇచ్చారు, అవి తనకి ఇస్తే తను తీసుకొని వద్దన్నాడు అనమాట. Later he, that is the person who has given the apples, the same apples are given to some other person. Later he felt so sad because the apples which were denied were so sweet and those denied apples were given to somebody else who enjoyed them a lot. అంటే సింపుల్ గా ఇక్కడ చెప్పాలంటే ఒక వ్యక్తి అతనికి యాపిల్స్ ఇచ్చారు, తను రిజెక్ట్ చేశాడు. నో, ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ దెమ్. సో దిస్ పర్సన్ హ్యాస్ గివెన్ దోస్ యాపిల్స్ టు అనదర్ పర్సన్. ద థర్డ్ పర్సన్ హ్యాస్ ఎంజాయ్డ్ ద యాపిల్స్ ఎ లాట్. దట్ మీన్స్ యూ కమ్ టు నో the very second person has rejected those apples. So you need to understand the concept and then you need to answer the questions. And even in the paragraphs you will be having 4 patterns of questions. That is factual questions and inferential questions, confirmation questions, open-ended questions. The very first one is the factual questions. The factual questions, you can get the answer from the passage. You should be very cautious, right? That is, and answering such kind of questions will be very very easy. You can straight away get the answers from the passage. మీకు ఆన్సర్స్ దొరికాయి కదా అని చెప్పేసి పారాగ్రాఫ్ ముందు నుంచి లాస్ట్ వరకు రాయకుండా ఎగ్జాక్ట్ లైన్ ఎక్కడ కట్ చేయాలో, ఎక్కడ స్టార్ట్ చేయాలో అక్కడ స్టార్ట్ చేసుకొని కట్ చేయడం నేర్చుకోండి. దట్ ఈస్, యూ నీడ్ టు స్టార్ట్ the line where you need to start the answer and you need to close it at the right point. That is what you need to learn from the factual questions. The second one is inferential questions. You won't get the answers directly. That is, you have to read in between the lines. The answer will be hidden. You need to understand the paragraph. Then only you can write this kind of inferential questions, right? And you have to focus on the clue words as well. There will be some kind of clue words. Based on those clue words, by making or framing by your own sentences, you need to answer such kind of questions. And the third one is the confirmation questions, and the questions are related to the justification, just whether it is right, whether it is wrong, true or false, yes or no. That is, they need exact 100% confirmation. Such kind of questions are called as confirmation questions. Here as well, the child should be very cautious and he has to answer these questions. And the last kind of questions will be open-ended questions, and here you yourself has to be imagined. That is, you will be related to that particular question. If you are in that position, what you are going to do? So what are the duties you need to take from the above passage, or what are the basic responsibilities of a citizen to be a part of a country? So such kind of questions will be asked in the open-ended questions. Now I will be explaining you a poem as well with another example. Now we will be doing the poem. You should be a bit alert, especially when doing the poem. And in order to score good marks, you need to interpret the poem, what exactly has given, and you need to identify the main hidden meaning of the poem. And last, there will be a question regarding to the figure of speech, right? And even we have discussed about the kinds of questions. Such kind of questions, based on that pattern itself, they will be asking you the questions. Here is a poem, right? There are 4 chairs around the table where we sit down for our tea. But now we only set places for Mom, Terry and me. We don't chatter anymore about what we did in the day. Terry and I eat quickly, then we both go out to play. Mom doesn't smile like she used to. Often she just sits and sighs. Sometimes I know from the smudges that while we are out she cries. So you need to read the poem twice or thrice, right? First of all, by reading this poem, you will come to know this poem belongs to the single parent family. అంటే ఈ పోయం యొక్క మెయిన్ థీమ్ ఆలోచిస్తే మనకు అర్థమయ్యేది ఏంటంటే, ఫాదర్ అనే అతను ఈ ఫ్యామిలీలో ఉండాల్సిన వ్యక్తి లేడు. He is out of his family. There are many reasons, right? So after reading the poem, you need to underline the words which you come across. Chatter means talking unnecessary words which are not really important, right? So you need to underline such kind of words. Next, size, relief. Next, smudges. Smudges means like dirt, simply I can say like a chalk paste powder undi kada maraka, that we can call. Ante a person who cries continuously for a long period of time, they'll have some kind of smudges beneath their eyes, right? A kind of appearance, right? Here the questions are as follows, but we only set places for mom, Terry and me. Who do you think is the fourth person? Here the answer will be the poet's father. As you have understood, the mother is crying. We come to know that the parent is single parent. We come to know it's the poet's father, right? The fourth person in the poem is the father. This is the hidden answer in the poem. Next, the children do not chatter anymore because the options are as follows. They are eager to go out and play. The second one, they are afraid of their mother. They are sad. Their mother is sad. Yes. That we were out, she cries. She cries indicates that the mother seems to be sad. మనం బాధలో ఉంటేనే కదా ఏడ్చేది. సో ఇక్కడ మదర్ ఎందుకు ఏడుస్తూ ఉంటుంది అంటే బికాస్ her husband is lost. He is no more. That's the reason she is crying. So the answer will be D. And next, what do you think the children used to do earlier? Means they used to keep talking unnecessary things. That is, when four of them were there, that is their father, mother as well as Terry and four of them, right? They used to talk continuously unnecessarily as well. That was the answer you need to write here. What do you think the children used to do earlier? Earlier means when their father was there. They used to enjoy. రైట్, ఇప్పుడు హ్యాపీగా ఉన్నామంటే మనకు అవసరం ఉన్నవి లేని కూడా ఎలా మాట్లాడుకుంటుంటామో అదే మనం బాధలో ఉన్నప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాం, కామ్గా మన పని ఏదో మనం చేసుకుంటే లేదా ఒక మూల కూర్చొని మన ఏదో ఆలోచించుకుంటూ ఉండిపోతాం అనమాట. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ హీ హ్యాస్ డిస్క్రైబ్డ్ ఇన్ ద క్వశ్చన్ నెంబర్ 8. నౌ క్వశ్చన్ నెంబర్ 9, వాట్ ఈస్ ద మూడ్ ఆఫ్ ద పోయమ్? జస్టిఫై యువర్ ఆన్సర్. రైట్, షీ క్రైస్, స్మడ్జెస్, యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ దీస్ టూ వర్డ్స్, just she sits and sighs, mom doesn't smile. So all these words indicates the poem is describing about the sorrowful, right? వాళ్ళ ఇంట్లో ఉన్న ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ ఎలా ఉంటుంది అనేది డిస్క్రైబ్ చేస్తున్నట్టు పోయం. సో యూ నీడ్ టు కమ్ అక్రాస్ దిస్ వర్డ్ అండ్ యూ నీడ్ టు రైట్ ద మూడ్ ఆఫ్ ద పోయం ఇస్ sorrowful, right? And why does she cries? Because she lost. Justify your answer. Because when we were out, she cries. Means the mother is going to cry whenever the children are out, and even she doesn't smile. So all these things are making that the mother has lost her husband, right? Next, how does the poet know that his mother cries? That is here. It was clearly explained. Sometimes I know from the smudges. That is, as she cries for a longer period of time, she will be having some kind of smudges beneath her eyes. This indicates that the mother has been crying for a long period of time. In such a pattern, you need to answer all the question answers that has been given from the poem. Right? This was the poem which was given in the year 2015 June. And make sure that whenever you read the poem, try to understand the hidden meaning of the poem, and at the same time you need to interpret the poem, right? And you need to learn about the figures of speech. And now I will be explaining the figures of speech. Before that, from now, that is the date, today is 29. At least from the coming 6 to 8 days, try to do at least 2 poems which are related to your lower classes. It takes hardly some 15 to 20 minutes. If you keep practicing every day, it will really make you very good at making the poems, because 15 marks for the comprehension passages which are related to paper 2 are purely non-textbook based. So you keep reading the articles, keep reading the stories, keep reading the previous class poems. Just you need to find out the words what you come across and correlate with them in the public examinations. Right? Now we will be entering into the next topic, figures of speech. Children, now we will be discussing the figures of speech. Right? A figure of speech is used in language to produce a greater effect on reader or to the listener. When we use it, the ordinary ideas become extraordinary, resulting the beauty of the language increasing its manifold. And we have got different kinds of many kinds of figures of speech in English language. Whenever you add these figures of speech to a language, it is increasing its effect over the particular line. And like if you want to cook something, if you add some ingredients, the taste of the food will be increased. The same as well, these figures of speech will also do the same to the sentence whenever you add them, right? And we have got different kinds of figures of speech, and we will be discussing those which are important to our exams. The very first one is simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole, paradox, oxymoron, onomatopoeia, irony, and metonymy. Right. The very first one is simile. Simile compares with two different things in a phrase that begins with the words as or like. What exactly simile is? It is a figure of speech. That is, the comparison is made between two different objects which have at least one common point. Right? You are comparing a girl, like she looks like an angel, and at the same time you always keep observing these two words, as or like. She looks like an angel. Tanu ela undi? Angel laga undi. When you come across such kind of comparison, you can consider that figure of speech as a simile. I have got one more example. He is as strong as an elephant. Right? Rama is as strong as an elephant. We are comparing our Rama with an elephant. He is such a strong person, such a strong personality he has got. అంటే ఎప్పుడైతే మనము ఒక వ్యక్తిని ఒక గొప్పగా ఉండే వాటితో పోలుస్తున్నప్పుడు వాటిని మనము సిమిలి అని అంటాము. రైట్? ఇక్కడ ఒక అమ్మాయిని తీసుకున్నాము, ఆ అమ్మాయి ఏంజల్ లాగా ఉంది, చాలా అందంగా ఉంది అని ప్రైజ్ చేస్తున్నాము. ఇక్కడ మనం రామని తీసుకున్నాము, రామ చాలా దృఢంగా గట్టిగా ఉన్నాడని చెప్తున్నాం అనమాట. సో వెన్ ఎవర్ వి కమ్ అక్రాస్ సచ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ కంపారిజన్స్ విత్ గ్రేటర్, we can call them as simile. And even I can give you one more example, like he roared like a lion. He roared like a lion. Right? Manasa sings like a nightingale. Right? We can take all these examples which come across simile. Right? A simile is nothing but a comparison is made between two different objects, especially by using these two words like as or like. Then you can call it as simile. So here are the two examples, and now we will be moving to the next one, that is metaphor. What is the next one? Metaphor. A metaphor is a figure of speech. A word or phrase is applied to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable. Right? Simple. Ikkada she looks like an angel. Right? She is an angel or something. She is an angel. You are fixed. Here Madhukar is a shining star. Madhukar is considered to be a shining star. As I can't take all the children names in the as examples. So I have taken the second example as children of Sri Satyasai High School are beautiful flowers. Right? Here I am not comparing. They are. We can take a fixed position. That is, ఇక్కడ కంపారిజన్ వర్డ్ అనేది యూజ్ చేయట్లేదమ్మా. ఇక్కడ కంపారిజన్ వర్డ్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాము. ఇక్కడ కంపారిజన్ వర్డ్ యూజ్ చేయటం లేదు. దట్ ఈస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ ద సిమిలీ అండ్ మెటాఫోర్. హియర్ దెర్ ఇస్ అ కంపారిజన్. Like as when it comes to the point of metaphor, we are not using any comparison word, right? So here are some examples like Madhukar is a shining star. Children of Sri Satyasai High School are beautiful flowers. And even like life is a journey. How is our life? It's nothing but a journey. So you can take that example as well to metaphor, right? And he was the lion of fight, right? Even you can take one more example. He was the lion of fight. So all these examples comes under metaphor. So simile is nothing but here you are comparing, whereas in metaphor you are straight away applying to the object, right? So these are the two figure of speech. That is, first one is simile, second one is metaphor. Now we will be discussing about the personification. This is the third one. Personification is also a figure of speech. The attribution of human nature or character to animals, inanimate objects or abstract notions. That is, ఈ personification ఏంటంటే whatever the living things has got the qualities, those qualities will be applied to inanimate objects, right? So that is what we need to consider here. For example, streets are calling me. Are streets living things? No. The wind whispered. గాలి మాట్లాడుతుందా? ఏదైనా గొనుగుతుందా? అవ్వదు అది. But still ఎవరు మాట్లాడగలుగుతారు? Human beings. We people, especially the children in the classroom, they keep whispering each other, right? So such kind of figure of speech is nothing but called as personification, right? Even the experience is the best teacher can also be added as an example for personification, right? You can take that as an example. Experience is the best teacher. Love is blind. Streets are calling me. The wind whispered. All these examples comes under personification, right? So personification is nothing but here lifeless objects as well as abstract ideas are getting the qualities from the human beings, that is from the living objects. That's nothing but called as personification. Simile లో కంపారిజన్ ఉంటుంది, మెటాఫోర్ లో కంపారిజన్ అనేది ఏమీ ఉండదు. పర్సానిఫికేషన్ లో లివింగ్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ ని తీసుకెళ్ళి నాన్ లివింగ్ థింగ్స్ కి అప్లై చేస్తాం అన్నమాట, రైట్? దోస్ క్వాలిటీస్ కమ్స్ అండర్ figure of speech called as personification, right? The very next one is hyperbole. The next one is hyperbole. In hyperbole, that is, it is also a figure of speech in which exaggeration is used for emphasis or effect or extravagant. For example, whenever biology lo use chestam ee word exaggerate means getting too much, right? Whenever a food which is not applicable to him, when he takes such kind of food, he will be having some kind of symptoms over his body. That is, the body starts reacting too much as his body is sensitive. Here as well, the hyperbole is a figure of speech which gives the same meaning. That is, here we can say simply, persons are represented as greater, better or worse than they actually are. ఉన్నదానికంటే కూడా 10 రెట్లు 1000 రెట్లు లేకపోతే 100 రెట్లు ఎక్కువగా చేసి చూపించేదే ఈ హైపర్బోల్ అన్నమాట, రైట్? The bag weighs a ton. Your skin is softer than silk. When it comes to the point of first example, the bag weighs a ton means he is unable to carry it. The child here is saying that the bag is too heavy to carry. to the school, right? So he is comparing his bag as a kilos having more than equivalent to the 100. Your skin is softer than silk. Usually silk is a fiber which is very smooth. Here the skin of that particular girl or a boy is like comparing that your skin is softer than silk, right? So that exaggerating, comparing greater, better or worse than they actually comes under hyperbole, right? And even we usually take one girl's example, like she shed oceans of tears. We know that girl who is keep on crying, right? She shed oceans of tears, right? So all these examples అంటే ఉన్నదానికంటే కూడా ఎగ్జాగరేట్ చేసి చాలా ఎక్కువ చేసి చెప్పేదాన్నే మనం ఏమంటాము హైపర్బోల్ అంటాము, రైట్? నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈస్ పారాడాక్స్. It is a statement which contradicts itself, which will have both the statements, even both the statements are true. That's nothing but called as paradox. It is a statement which contradicts itself. Whatever the statement you take from both the angles, it will be that is both the statements will be true. Freedom is slavery. This is one example. Another one is my weakness is my strength. Whatever the weakness what I have, that itself is my strength. Next figure of speech is oxymoron, right? Is a right oxymoron is the figure of speech in which two opposite ideas are joined to create an effect. Right here it is bitter sweet, right? Act naturally. A lot of soldiers have been killed in friendly fire. All these are the examples of oxymoron. అంటే లైఫ్ ఈజ్ బిట్టర్ స్వీట్. మన జీవితం అప్స్ అండ్ డౌన్స్ ఉంటాయి, రైట్? రోల్ కోస్టర్ అని చెప్తాం కదా, రైట్? వెన్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ రైడ్ ఆన్ దట్ కోస్టర్, హౌ యూ విల్ ఫీల్ ఇట్? సమ్ పీపుల్ విల్ ఎంజాయ్ ఇట్, సమ్ పీపుల్ will be scared of it. So it all depends upon the mindset of the how he takes it. Here as well the oxymoron is the figure of speech, combination of two words of opposite meaning in one sentence. That is, opposite ideas are joined to create an effect, right? And even we can take one more example where we have discussed earlier. He is regularly irregular. He is regularly irregular. Also comes under oxymoron. Next one is the next figure of speech, onomatopoeia. What is the next figure of speech? It is onomatopoeia. Here it is a figure of speech which resembles the sound it is describing. In this figure of speech, my teeth, examples, my teeth chattered as I stood in the snow. When you are in a very cold environment, we keep on chattering our teeth, right? That's nothing but comes under onomatopoeia. My dog will bark. That is nothing but you need to consider the sounds. The snake hisses. All these sounds decides the figure of speech. Clear? Onomatopoeia is nothing but the sound suggests its meaning. That is, sound is playing a crucial role in this onomatopoeia figure of speech. Next one is irony, right? Is the use of words that mean opposite of what really think to be funny. అంటే వ్యంగ్యంగా మాట్లాడటం, నువ్వు మంచోడివా అని మనం చెప్తాం కదా. సచ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ terminology what we use is nothing but called as irony, right? It is a mode of speech in which real meaning is the exact opposite. అంటే మనం చెప్పేదానికి కంప్లీట్గా డెడ్ ఆపోజిట్ ఉంటుందన్నమాట. సచ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ వర్డ్ we can call it as irony. See, here is the example. She is a great singer who sings like crow. మనం పొగిడామా లేక వ్యంగ్యంగా మాట్లాడామా అంతే, right? She is a great singer who sings like crow. And I will take one more example, that is, the doctor is a kind-hearted as a wolf. The doctor is a kind-hearted, but how he behaves? Like a wolf, nakkalaga, jittulamari, right? So such kind of figure of speech comes under irony. And the last figure of speech is metonymy. The last figure of speech is metonymy. Here, a figure of that is, this metonymy is a figure of speech in which one thing is replaced with a word closely associated with it, right? Example: the pen is mightier than sword. Kalam goppada, kadzam goppada. General ga chepte em cheptam manam kalame goppadi. Here it is replacing the another one, right? And you must address the chair. You must address the chair means the person who is responsible, person who is sitting in the chair, who has been seated in the chair has to be. We have to address on him. So it's the chair here refers to the chief, right? And we can take one more example. We are reading Shakespeare, means the novels or the poems or whatever he has written, the prose, whatever he has written, we are going to read it. That's what we are reading, Shakespeare. So this is about the figures of speech. If you still have any doubts regarding the figures of speech, just go through the past what we have gone through. We have gone at least some 10 to 15 figures of speech. So ఒకసారి అవి కూడా రివైజ్ చేసుకోండి అమ్మా. ఇవి మాత్రం ఒక స్క్రీన్ షాట్ తీసుకొని పెట్టుకోండి ఈజీగా, సో దట్ యూ కెన్ క్లియర్లీ అబ్జర్వ్ దెమ్ ఇన్ ద లాస్ట్ మినిట్. అందుకే నేను కూడా స్క్రీన్లోకి రాకుండా బయట నుంచే మొత్తం చార్ట్ మొత్తం క్లియర్గా చూపిస్తున్నాను ఫ్రమ్ ద బిగినింగ్. సో మేక్ షూర్ దట్ యూ టేక్ ది స్క్రీన్ షాట్ అండ్ వెన్ ఎవర్ యూ ఫైండ్ the doubt, whenever you come across a doubt, please let me know. I will clear out your doubts, right children? So by this video you have understood how to do the comprehension, especially the unseen passages, how to answer the different kinds of questions, right? And whenever you come across the poem, this figure of speech plays an important role, because they will poem వచ్చింది అంటే మనకు ఒక figure of speech కంపల్సరీ అడుగుతాడు. So you should be very cautious with this figure of speech as well. And in the next we'll discuss about the section B as well as section C. Right children? Thank you.